Hello, welcome back to the Gallant Goblin. It's been a week or two since I've seen everybody. How are y'all doing tonight?
Good.
Good.
Oh my God, it's been a long, hot summer here in Houston. There's not a lot of Houstonites here tonight. Eric and Victory, I think, is it. We're still all recovering from the hurricane and everything else, but next week, a lot of us are going to Gen Con. If you're going to go to Gen Con, go ahead and wave here on the screen so we can see who else is going to go to Gen Con next week. I think Victory's going to, but I think Victory Bell ran off to go deal with something in their house. But yeah, we're going to be... Victory, you're going to Gen Con, right? Yep. Victory, you're coming to Gen Con, right?
I am.
Yes. So we are looking forward to that. So this is our little pre-Gen Con stream today. And as we go around the room, if you're not familiar with Gen Con's one of the biggest gaming conventions, tabletop conventions in the world, I think, these days. Certainly, I think the biggest one in the United States. So all sorts of tabletop games there. So as I go around the table here, what I want to hear from y'all is what is your favorite tabletop game? It could be a role-playing game. It could be a board game. Your favorite tabletop game. Just right now. What's your favorite one right now? Let's start with Micah Draws.
Pathfinder 2nd Edition.
The remaster, I assume.
The remaster. Or the old one. I'm happy with both.
Sounds good. How about you, Victory?
Right now, yeah, Pathfinder. I betrayed the D&D wizard gods. But I have a nostalgia for Hero Quest. That's how I first started playing board games.
That's a good one. How about you, Marissa?
I'm contractually obligated to say Pathfinder or Starfinder.
outside of those, you have one that you're enjoying.
But I love me some Catan.
Oh, bad choice.
Yeah, at least Ticket to Ride. Come on.
No,
I just completed Ticket to Ride Legacy. I can put it on the shelf for a little bit now.
No, just for me, like Catan is a little bit too much of that direct confrontation, and I don't do well with those kind of games. I'm
a middle child. I live on confrontation.
That's why I like to be in this role instead of as a player in this game, because I can just be friends with everybody up here. How about you, Ariel? What's your game of choice?
I don't know. Eric, what was that game we played the other day at your sister's place? No,
Root?
We didn't play Root. We played that
Root?
game. No, that game that I won, and I was happy about it.
Oh, I don't remember that game.
No.
Wow.
It was really great. I don't know what it was, but it was really difficult, and I won, and it was my first time playing, and so that's currently my favorite game because I beat Eric and his sister's husband. It was a good day.
I think it was Ruins of Arnak or something.
Yeah.
I don't know that one. I have to look it up. That sounds good.
It's really difficult, really, really hard.
Well, congratulations then.
Thank you. Thank you.
How about you, Kazi?
I have to give a shout out to Red Dragon Inn, but even more favorite would be a game I found somewhat recently called Flamecraft.
Is it the Kobold one?
It's not kobolds, it's dragons.
Dragons, okay.
Yes, you're essentially trying to help build up a town, and all the artisans are dragons. They cook, they craft, they grow plants, all kinds of stuff. It's so cute. The art's phenomenal.
Adorable.
Like, I highly recommend taking a look. Just for the art alone.
I've heard about it a little bit. I need to check it out. What about you, Eric?
It's funny that Kazi mentioned Flamecraft because a lot of us are playing that at Gen Con. We all signed up for like a little Flamecraft game, so we're excited. I'm excited to try it. It sounds really cool. I'll give you two board games, though, that I like. An old one that I used to like was chess. I still like chess. I like to watch chess streamers and chess strategy and things like that, so I guess that counts as a board game. And for a more recent board game, I like Root. So I like a little bunch of forest animals fighting against each other, and that was kind of cool. We got that a couple weeks ago.
There's a Root RPG out there too, you know.
Yeah, I have not delved into that.
How about you, Helsa?
I haven't played a lot of tabletop games, so when I was a lot younger, I used to like Trivial Pursuit because it was more like trivia and general knowledge than strategy. And I like Scrabble because it's word games, so again, that suits me. But I would like to try some of these other games. I just don't know who I would play with, so yeah.
It's got to get at least
Organize
get things up and going.
Tabletop simulator or board
6 hours away from me, so we do sometimes play games when I go up there. I can't remember what any of them are called. They're just, little games you can learn fast. So, yeah.
Or a lot of the local board game stores will have like little gathering nights where people can kind of come and just people bring games and play. Oh,
no. But then I have to go and meet people that I don't know, and I don't know, you know.
I know exactly how you feel. What about you, Malachi?
I would say that there's this board game I've been addicted for the past 2 years now. Some of a new social deception game. I don't know if anyone's heard of it. Called Blood on the Clocktower. Pretty good. A top 200 game now on BGG.
Really?
100. I know it hit above 300. But other than Clocktower and other than 5e, I think I would say Terraforming Mars is probably the one board game I will absolutely play up to like 5 o'clock in the morning playing.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a very good one. I haven't played that as much as I want to. Helza, Elise is in chat and said, we played The Crew, and Joseph was critical of Helza's choices.
Yeah, that'd be about right.
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that. Muffy, you're joining us. Welcome.
Welcome. Well, thank you. I'd say I don't mind a 5-day-long game of Risk. Nobody gets to play their moves. We all quit at the end.
Just play Risk Legacy and keep it going.
Sure. My favorite TTRPG, I think it was a little game I played called Gardens of Yin. I never got the book. I want to play it again, and it was wonderful. I played it with my old D&D group.
I don't know that one. I have to look it up. That's awesome. If I had to pick one right now, I've been itching to play Roll for the Galaxy and Race for the Galaxy again. It's been a long time since I've played those, and those are some of my favorites. But today we are playing Malachi's favorite game. We are playing Blood on the Clocktower, and we are playing Extension Cord by Viva Lassam. This is a script based around the Nodashi. The Nodashi is a demon that poisons their 2 townsfolk neighbors. And so the shtick of this script is that the 2 neighbors may be a little further away than normal because it skips over things like minions, and it skips over things like outsiders and all sorts of stuff like that. And so we're going to see a little bit of an perhaps we'll see some interesting variations on the Nodashi layout. But in this script, we have 9 players. We should have 5 townsfolk, 2 outsiders, 1 minion, and a demon. And we had a few people join us at the last minute, so I want to make sure that I set up my Grim correctly before I pass out things and have to redo it. But I had an idea in mind, and I guess I'm going to go for it. Oh, do I want to change up something? We're just going to see how this works. If the game ends quickly, we'll just re-rack and do another one. So I think we are otherwise good to go. So I'm going to go ahead and hand out your tokens now. So take a look. There you go. And I'm going to send everybody into the night. Sweet dreams, everybody. I'm sure everything will be just fine.
Good night.
Well, no storytelling.
Right, welcome back. I've taken 1 week off from streaming, and I've forgotten how everything works. So bear with me. If you can't hear me at some point, please let me know, because I'm probably doing something dumb. So let's take a look at our setup. We have Victory Bell as our Nodashi this time. And let's see what are we going to do here? So you may have noticed there's no minion in play, because we are going to have a... this is going to be good. We're going to have a marionette. And I'm very tempted to make Malachi the marionette, because Malachi's going to know that there's a damsel in play. And otherwise, the marionette would never know. And this... turning the huntsman against the damsel just seems like a lot of fun. Let's look at what the huntsman says to be sure. Once per game at night, choose a living player. The damsel, if judge, becomes non-play townsfolk. Yeah. But if you claim it as a minion during the day, they win the game. Because we can look at the Damsel's abilities. All minions know you're in play. If a minion publicly guesses you once, your team loses. So I think I just have to do that. I just think that sounds fun. What do y'all think? Is the marionette. Because we can make, by the way, we can make Malachi the marionette because Muffy, the recluse, can register as the demon for the purposes of the marionette. In that case, we're going to poison with the Nodashi, Micah, and Marissa, our monk, our Raven Keeper, and our monk, respectively. And, ooh, Eric the Dreamer, Kazi the Artist. Helza as the empath is going to get some pretty good information with knowing a 1. But, you know, maybe poisoned. Alright, this seems pretty solid. Yeah, I don't see any problem with this. Let's see if there's any other upkeep I need to do. Raven Keeper, Nodashi, monk, Damsel. Artist is good. Dreamer's good. Oh, the Dreamer's always a little high stress. We've got a sober Dreamer, so I won't be lying to him. We have Helza, our empath, and Malachi, our marionette huntsman. So this should be a good time. Let's go ahead and see if we can grab Victory Bell and get this game started.
House on the Hill.
Oh, that one's fun.
That is a good one.
I think one of my favorite moments is I was playing...
Hello.
Hey there.
You've been evil a lot lately, I think.
I know. Every time I start on, I'm like, I hope it's going to be an easy day. I'm going to do first death of the day. I'm going to be a chef.
No such luck today. You're going to be in Final 3 in this one. You are our Nodashi. Each night, choose a player, they die. You know that part. And your 2 townsfolk neighbors are poisoned. So, assuming that Micah and Marissa are townsfolk, they would be poisoned. If they are a minion or an outsider or something like that, it'll skip over them to the nearest townsfolk. So, you might behoove you to kind of figure out what your neighbors are. Let me give you a little bit of starting information. I will tell you that your minion is Malachi, but Malachi is your marionette. So Malachi does not know that they are your minion or that they are evil. So it is going to be up to you if you want to tell Malachi that, or if you want to let Malachi stew on it for a little bit. That's however you want to handle that. Do you understand how the marionette works?
Kinda.
Yeah, so
but I need explanation with the kind of the last part where you neighbor the demon.
Yes.
So it has to be an outsider that kind of registers as a demon then?
Exactly right. So what that would be in this case, you have the recluse. You can register as the demon. So presumably, Malachi is neighboring a recluse somewhere. And so that's why Malachi can be your marionette.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Yeah, but yeah, Malachi's not going to know that they're evil and not going to know that they're on your team unless you go and tell them. Okay?
Okay.
Malachi's a pretty strong ally, so it's kind of how you want to play that.
Any bluffs?
Yes, I need to give you some bluffs, and I was just thinking that I haven't picked them out yet. So let's see what I'm going to give you. I will give you Fisherman, which I think you've had before. I will give you Investigator, and I will give you Pixie. Gives you something interesting to play with. So remember, the Fisherman will come to me once during the game, during the day, to get some advice. Just be like, what's my advice? And I'll give you advice. The Investigator starts knowing that one of 2 players is a particular minion. So it might be like, Bill or Joe is the spy, or something like that. That is kind of how that works, the Investigator. And the Pixie will start knowing one in play's townsfolk. And if they pretend, if they're mad that they're that character, then when that character dies, they gain that ability. So I might be like, you know, if you were the Pixie, I would be like, you know that there is an Investigator in play. And then so you'd be double claiming Investigator with somebody during the whole game, but if that Investigator dies, then you would get the Investigator power. Do you have any questions about how any of the bluffs work? It's important to know. It's important to know the details so you can bluff them correctly.
With the marionette, do I know what they think they are?
No, you don't know what they think.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're just gonna have to go and tell them. So, any questions for me?
No.
Okay. If you have any questions about how any of the bluffs work, feel free to let me know. Yeah, and then let me know what you're gonna bluff at some point during the game, just so I can help you back yourself up when you decide what you're gonna be.
Okay, sure. Yeah, thank you.
All right. Let me know if you have questions. I'll talk to you soon. Bye. All right. Make sure Victory Bell's off to a good start there. And who else do we need to talk to? I think that's the only setup we have to do because we don't talk to a minion. Huntsman. Yeah, so, yeah. We'll go and just they can just take their guess today. Hello.
Oh.
You want to guess?
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna do it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
No. It's a true blind guess because there's no gardener.
Oh God, is this going where I think it's going? No.
I'm just gonna guess Kazi.
Okay, you guess Kazi. We'll see how that turns out.
Yeah. Thanks. Yeah.
All right, good luck. I thought for a second, before I remembered Kazi was in the game, I thought for a second that Malachi might go aerial, in which case nothing would happen, because Malachi isn't the huntsman. But it would have been fun. Let's check out what Elixir is saying. Elise is saying in chat there. Kingdom Death. Oh my God, Kingdom Death. This got some crazy minis. I would love to see. I would love to be able to paint those. If Michael Dice had to show someone as the damsel, that would be so fun. Ask what they want to bluff as in case. Yeah. I try to put that out to Victory Bell without being too obvious about it, but Victory Bell didn't give me an answer yet, so it's gonna have to guess. But that's how it goes. If the Dreamer nails somebody good on night one, then that's how it goes. I don't think Eric's gonna pick Victory Bell for night one. I just don't think so. Yep. For the aerial, just let the minions know that a damsel is in play. But if you look down here, Marionette and Damsel, the Marionette does not learn that the damsel is in play, so I will not be telling Malachi about the damsel, so nothing needs to be done there. I might check with everybody, make sure everybody knows how their thing works. But, Helza. Hello, Helza. Oh, can't hear you.
Because I muted my mic. That makes sense.
Right. Yeah, you are this game's empath. Nice classic role.
Yeah.
And you learn that one of your neighbors is an evil.
Okay. Very good, thank you.
You're welcome. Good luck.
Thanks.
Awesome. Let me check with Ariel. I'm pretty sure Ariel is good with her ability. Hello. I don't normally wake up the damsel. I just it's a role that we don't do very much. I wanted to make sure if you had any questions about it.
I do. Does that mean there's automatically a huntsman or a marionette that thinks they're a huntsman?
So the huntsman adds in a damsel, but the damsel doesn't necessarily add in a huntsman. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yes.
So it kind of depends on. So there might be a huntsman out there, but there might not be.
Go ahead.
Yeah, but if you were a huntsman, you would know there's a damsel in play, if that made sense. But just being the damsel, you can't be sure.
Okay. And then if there was a huntsman, I would want the huntsman to pick me so that I'm not in play so that I can't make my team lose.
Yeah, and you would become a useful townsfolk.
Okay.
So it's definitely a game of like, who can I trust? And the other thing is too, if everybody else around the table is claiming roles, because the minions know that there is a damsel in play. And so they're going to be looking, if there's only one person who's not like hard claiming and they're not sure, they're probably going to guess it. So kind of either the rest of the town has to be a little bit nebulous in what they're claiming to be, or you have to be very strong in what you're claiming to be in something else. Does that make sense?
I've been looking at the characters to see which one I want to pick that doesn't have first night info, because God forbid it does, or do I want to get killed.
Yep. If you
by
get
the
killed
demon.
off, yeah. If you get killed
Maybe
off,
that'd be better.
you won't have an ability anymore. And then if the minions guess, it's too late because you don't have
Okay.
that ability anymore.
Okay.
So getting killed off early is another good choice. So getting killed by the demon can lure in. You can lure in the demon by claiming something powerful and get killed off that way and waste one of their kills, or you can get town to execute you.
Okay.
So there's a lot of ways to play it.
Okay. Thank you for checking. I was already ready to like come see you, and I was like, well, then am I gonna have to pretend I'm the fisherman or something? And it's like, no, I can't. I don't know how that one works either. It was.
Yeah, always feel free at nighttime. Feel free to ding me if you have questions about anything. Like, I'm just going around. I can always like put something on pause and answer questions at night when nobody knows you're talking to me. So it's completely fine.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, I'm glad I did that. Let's see what else. We did the empath. Dreamer. Okay. Should be easy enough. Hello.
Hey.
Hey, you got a fun one.
I do.
Possibly the most powerful. One of the most powerful townsfolk, I think, in the entire game, in my opinion.
Yeah, the Dreamer's pretty good, especially if you get lucky on a night one snipe, especially if you're not poisoned or drunk or something.
Yep, for sure. So what would you like to dream about tonight? Or who would you like to dream about?
I'm going to have to dream about Malachi, because I know there's going to be a bunch of BS I have to suss out.
Sure. All right. So yeah, as the dreamer, just for your purposes and the audience, each night you choose a player, not yourself or travelers. You learn one good and one evil character, one of which is correct, assuming that you're nice and sober, which I'm sure you are. And so you learn that Malachi is either the huntsman or the marionette.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Yep. Good luck.
Yep.
Ooh, with Helza's information, that's fairly powerful. So we'll see how that plays out. And I think that is all we have to do tonight. All right, I'm going to tell you a little bit about our sponsor, and then we're going to go into the game. So have a good night, everybody. Or have a good night. Have a good day. Let's talk about Hit Point Press. I'm tired. It's been a long week. Enhance and improve your 5e games today with Hit Point Press. Explore the whimsical dark carnival setting of Heckna. Will you see through the glitzy charade or fall prey to Heckna's everlasting torment? Or explore the cute but deceptively deep campaign setting of Humblewood, where a new threat imperils the peace between the Humblefolk and the Birdfolk. Or enhance your 5e games with animated spell, condition, and townsfolk cards. Add a slew of creative and gorgeously illustrated magical items with the Griffon Saddlebag, and face innovative new bosses each month with their series of big bads. Learn more today at Hit Point Press by using our link in the corner or down below. Well, everybody can't win extension cord Blood on the Clocktower, I'm afraid. But you know who's not going to win this game? It's me, because I'm dead. Go find my murderer, please. Good luck, everybody.
Gasp.
I'm going to give y'all a couple of minutes. I'll give y'all a nice little 7 minutes.
Let's see.
Ooh.
What the hell's that?
You? How about
Sure, Oracle or Ravenkeeper.
that? Okay. I'll give you Artist Fisherman.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
Evil might be you, but at this point, first person I've talked to and a 1 in and however many, 9 is it? Chance. So I'm just going to tell you I'm the empath, and I got a 1, but I don't expect you to.
Empath 1. Wonderful. I'll tell you, I'm the recluse.
Okay.
I will
Always
trust your
good.
empath.
You trust my empath, and recluse is always a good evil bluff too. So
I'm putting Victory Bell on the spot. We're just no first night info, both town.
I'm gonna do better and start writing too. What did you say?
I am either the monk, the Raven's Keeper, or the artist.
Okay.
Then they have to come up with theirs.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I won't put you on the spot. I'll step away and let y'all chat.
Bye, Theo.
Bye.
Mission, the artist, or the dreamer? I'll let you figure out which one of those I am. Mathematician, artist, or dreamer. You don't have to give 3 back.
Wow, thank you for your time.
I'll let you. You have anything you want to share with me right now?
I don't know.
At all.
I'm stressed out. Let me read the 3 that you said that you're probably one of. Wait, you learn how many.
We'll circle back around on this.
Yeah, you can go talk to someone else. I'm gonna read.
Uh,
Oh my gosh. Ooh. Hey, I have a question while you're here.
Yeah.
Is it dumb to? What if I claim Huntsman? Is that stupid?
No, I mean, not necessarily. There might be another one to play. There's also a Pixie on this script, so if you happen to double claim somebody, you can kind of fall back to Pixie.
That's true.
So there's a few ways to play it.
Cool.
Yeah. Good luck.
I'll repeat it because Thea's here. I'm either the mathematician, the artist, or the huntsman.
Okay, that's weirdly the second. I've heard of a hard claim of a huntsman, which is
okay.
Oracle, monk, or ravenkeeper.
Oracle, monk, ravenkeeper. You wouldn't happen to be a huntsman, would you?
No, I did, Eric. I literally give you 3.
All right. I was just,
I said I've heard of a hard claim of a huntsman.
Right. Okay, but I got your 3. No, I appreciate it. Yeah, I know you only talked to Kazi so far. Is that correct?
No.
Oh, who else did you talk to?
I'm not gonna say anymore.
Fair enough. All right. Cheers.
All right. Well, I'll take it.
Okay.
Sure, I can come back to you in like a day or 2, and if I'm not dead by then, or if I am, I'll let you know what's going on.
Right. Cool.
So that's that works okay. So
I even like forgot my 3 for 3 that I gave to Marissa.
Well, this is exactly what happens to me too.
Yeah.
That's oddly similar.
Yeah.
Just for Theo's sake, because Theo just popped in, I told Kazi I'm either the mathematician, the artist, or the huntsman. Kazi has told me that they are the fisherman, the artist, or the huntsman. Who have you talked to so far?
Malachi, Muffy, and you.
All right, cool. I will keep you posted.
All right, like if you hard claim to me, I'll hard claim to you and help you out.
You hard claim first.
Huntsman.
Okay.
I've lied to everyone else, and you're the only person I've said the truth so far.
Wow. What an honor. Fine. You know what? Sure. I'll trust you. I'm the damsel.
Son of a... I was 1 off? Oh, god damn it.
Wait, you get to guess the first night?
Yes, and I actually did guess.
Theo, do you get to guess the first night?
You can look at the huntsman.
As a huntsman?
So if you look at the scripts, for any scripts, if you look at the very bottom, it says not the first night with an asterisk, and the huntsman does not have an asterisk. So yeah, they get to guess the first night.
That sucks. Okay. Well,
I mean, usually huntsmen don't ever guess on the first night, but I've also always keep dying when I'm the huntsman, so I'm afraid to ever go beyond.
Because it's I was waiting to. Okay, cool.
Yeah. I don't know what you just need to bluff something else.
Well, I was gonna bluff huntsman.
Well, that's not okay. The reason why you don't want to is the minions might guess you as the damsel, and you do not want to. Oh god, it's so because we want you to at least either kill that knight or be executed. But
so
we can't,
what should I say? I am the monk.
I never hard claim anything. Just never do it, because the problem is that if you hard claim something and if it's the demon bluff, they're gonna guess you.
Okay. I'll just continue to be stressed.
Yeah,
And
unfortunately.
I'll just play it this way. I'll be natural, and no one will know because it's
just
true. I'll just be me. Yeah.
Yeah,
the
keep
Damsel.
keep doing that, and hopefully, you know what? If Eric pushes on you, don't vote for yourself. Let the town vote for you, and then it'll be fine. And just pretend to be angry at Eric, and then the moment you die,
Okay.
it's
Perfect.
fine.
It's a great plan.
Is it a one outsider game? It's a two outsider game. Don't say you're the damsel when you die.
Okay.
Because if there's a barber in the game, the demon could swap you out with anyone else, and they could win like that immediately.
Okay.
So,
All right, I've got a chat request, so give me 1 second. Hello.
Hello. I'm going to use this early. I got an interesting idea.
Okay.
So I'm going to ask, is one of Muffy, Malachi, or Helza the demon?
Okay, you ask, is one of Muffy, Malachi, or Helza the demon? And you learn a yes.
Interesting. Okay, now to figure out what that means.
Good luck.
All right, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Because Muffin is the recluse.
No.
No.
I just used the custom reminder.
I'm writing them on a piece of paper today.
Oh, wait. I can copy and paste. I can undo.
This is now once again time for me to extol the virtues of Micah's graph that he made, that I print out a fresh copy every time we play.
Yeah.
Well, welcome back to the town square. I'm going to give you a minute or two, and then I'll open nominations.
Okay. We don't have, it was literally like only the first game I ever played where we had a demon where we had to kill every night or else we lost.
Yeah,
and I don't recall what that demon was, but I'm always now anxious about it.
Yeah, that's
the vortex. Yeah, vortex. Yeah.
There's no vortex.
Yep. The vortex has
only-
traumatized me.
Only demon is Nodashi.
So we know that somebody is drunk.
We know 2 people are poisoned.
People
Two
are
Okay,
people
that poison not drunk.
Unless there is a soldier in the game.
yeah,
Correct.
So
In which case,
the soldier will block one of the tentacles.
right.
If there's a soldier, right?
Would it skip over the soldier or just
No,
like
it
the
would
tentacle is cut?
Yeah.
Okay.
tentacles cut, and because of that, the mathematician would register the Nodashi as malfunctioning because of that.
Oh.
Oh.
If Theo is brave enough to put a mathematician in the game, because that is the most confusing outcome to calculate anything for.
I like
love math.
I
I
like
love
to
it too.
challenge
It's my
myself.
favorite.
Yeah, I challenge myself with mathematicians and savants. And fishermen. I think all 3 of those are a little bit of a challenge for a storyteller,
Yeah.
and I try to add them in when I can to give myself practice. Nominations are open.
There is 9 of us.
Mhm.
It could be a cannibal out there, so it is behoove of us to actually keep executing every single day.
In general, just math in general.
Abuse their ability if they're. Yeah. Well, I suppose. Yeah.
Cuzzy?
No, I don't want to go for people that are want to die, and I'm pretty
fair.
sure I know what Kazi was about to do. Shot in the dark. Malachi nominates Victory Bell.
All right, Malachi nominates Victory Bell. Tell us why.
Never talked to them today. That's it.
Victory Bell, have you been hiding from Malachi?
That's because Malachi, that's a lot of conniving, and I don't know how to navigate around that.
Anything you want to say in your defense?
Well, I haven't used my power yet. I'm trying to figure out if it's useful to use my power early in the game or not.
Whoa.
We don't know if there is a cannibal. We don't even know if there's definitely a cannibal. In the game.
I haven't heard any claims for one. But
Well, let's go ahead and run this on Victory Bell. It takes 5 of us to put on the block. Here we go.
I heard of a it's a soft cannibal claim, but it's still soft.
All right, 4's not enough. Any more? Not everybody counts. Calm down, everybody.
I guess. I don't know. And I don't know if I've ever played an Odashi game. Did you just want to kill your neighbors?
If you think you're poisoned, then yeah, it's maybe not a bad bet.
Okay, you don't just like start off thinking that your neighbors are untrustworthy.
I mean, I wouldn't, but you want to think everyone's untrustworthy until proven otherwise.
Yeah,
they're more likely to be trustworthy than untrustworthy, though, statistically.
Can someone nominate Eric?
You can nominate me if you want to.
Malachi's already nominated.
Oh, how's he
Micah nominates Eric.
Yeah.
All right.
That bad blood in there.
Tell us.
Pass it to Malachi to explain why I'm doing this, because I don't know.
Malachi, you are the designated prosecutor.
I'm almost about to say the famous phrase that I like to say against Eric. It's just weird that Eric hasn't done something already that I expect Eric to do in almost every single game. So for that reason, I feel like Eric's a little sus.
Okay, Eric.
What is the thing? Or are you not going to give away your
might be a little out of the loop.
Is that he always nominates you?
It's Eric thinking that Ariel's evil.
Oh.
It's true. Sorry, are you done? I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, yeah.
So I'm a little rusty. You're right. I'm not on my game. I didn't immediately nominate Ariel. I can if it makes you happier. I don't want to die right now, but I imagine that I would be dead at some point in this game. So
I'll bite that.
I don't really have much of a defense.
Are you sure, Eric?
I figured I'm a top target to be killed in this meta, so go ahead.
Such a silly reason. I'm going to go along with it.
5 votes to be put on the block. This is on Eric.
Write down all the people who are voting for me. Hang on.
Wow.
Uh-huh. Micah voted. Marissa voted. Ariel.
Oh, we should have gone for a unanimous.
Oh, I know. That way he can't hold it against everybody.
5 is enough. Eric is on the block.
Just for tradition's sake, Eric nominates Ariel.
Okay. Tell us about this tradition, Eric.
I don't want Ariel to win. If I'm going to die, I'm going to bring her down with me.
Ariel, what do you have to say to that?
Okay, so okay, that's fine. That's fine. You know what? I have nothing to say to that. If we're, I don't want to. Whatever team Eric's on, I don't want to be on it. So,
my connection lost, so I didn't even hear Eric's stunning argument.
There wasn't one. He just didn't. He just doesn't want me to win.
Okay.
So.
All right. It is 5 votes to tie, 6 to execute on Ariel.
I quite like this way of playing the game. Like, we start voting for people because maybe we don't like their headphones or their color or something.
Buffy, would you like to share what you just passed to Malachi? These little notes that you guys are passing back and forth?
Nah, I mean, I could. I said you should hard claim to me right now. :3. Sorry. :3, which is eyebrows down.
Oh yeah.
And I said no.
No.
I'm gonna nominate Muffy, actually.
All right. Why do you not like Muffy's emoticon?
I guess with that passing of notes, Muffy's pronouns is kitty, and Muffy likes somehow adjacent to tentacles. So it's kind of reminiscent to the Flurkins in Marvel, and we gotta get rid of them.
All right,
Hey,
Kitty,
no.
what do you have to say to that?
Okay, my first defense is that the Flurkins are actually adorable.
Muffy's gonna eat everybody. He's gonna eat us
second of
all,
all-
cause chaos.
I am not the worst kill today. My cryptic information to the town is that I might be one of the things wrong with the game, and that is all of my defense. Thank you.
I would
5 to
I would
tie,
like to
6 to
add-
execute. Oh, yeah, Eric.
Could I have a moment of cross references since I'm on the block anyway?
Sure.
I'm actually the Dreamer, and it looks like if this vote doesn't go through, I'm probably going to be dead regardless. So I checked Malachi night 1, and I got Huntsman or Marionette. Malachi did not even remotely claim to be the Huntsman. They absolutely refused it. So if my read is true, then Malachi is possibly the Marionette, in which case Muffy or Hells are likely the Demon, which is kind of why I was looking at the passing notes. So I think this is a little pertinent for day 1, since I'm on the block anyway.
Pertinent as well. I'll just come out. I'm the Recluse, which that makes a lot of sense. I'd like to nominate Malachi then.
Well, let's get through this vote first.
Yeah, neat.
5. This is on Muffy. 5 to tie, 6 to execute.
Look, if Muffy's my demon, I'm not voting for Muffy.
Getting rid of the could get rid of some confusion.
What?
Okay.
I won't try it.
That is enough. Muffy's on the block.
Oh my
Malachi tried to tie it, so it would be no kill. Muffy nominates Malachi, if I may.
Oh my god.
You may. Muffy, tell us why.
Malachi wouldn't hard claim to me in my little message there, so that was first of all a little rude. And for the fact that they may be Marionette. Thank you. Also, please don't tell me.
But if he's Marionette, that means you're the demon.
So, well, either Muffy is the Recluse or the Demon. It's either or.
Yeah.
Also, no one has told me that they're I'm the Marionette. So if the Demon, if I'm actually the Marionette, Anyways, Eric, I lied to you because I at least I see the Huntsman token. Obviously, I'm not gonna claim that to anybody because I'm trying to find the damsel. Now, whether that's for good or evil reasons, I don't know. Question mark. So you can kill me if you want. I guess I'm just the Huntsman.
All right, this is on Malachi. 6 to tie, 7 to execute.
I'd like to add one small thing. Dreamer dreaming someone sitting next to her Recluse and getting Marionette is just like par for the course. So it doesn't really mean a lot.
It also sucks because that could be the truth.
Do you think that it's worth nominating the Recluse in that instance, though, Kazi? Because the Recluse isn't a powerful town role anyway.
I mean, there's nothing wrong killing the Recluse, but it also probably doesn't really get us anywhere to killing anything. The demon.
I also wanted to tie it, Muffy, because I don't want the cannibal getting just Recluse powers.
However, it was really last second.
All right, final call.
We don't know that.
No, I'm fine dying here. Best case, I'm an extra good vote. Worst case, I'm no longer misinforming people. Here we go.
Well, Muffy is executed and dies.
I didn't really want that to happen. You're a new player to the group.
Right.
Well, luckily the game continues. Everybody goes to bed. Sweet dreams.
Okay.
Wow. That was a quite day 1. Oh, the moment Victory Bell tells Malachi, though, this might be a quick game. Unless Victory Bell never tells Malachi, in which case this is going to be quite the grim reveal. All right. Let's see what happens here. I'm so nervous. Who goes first? Monk. Well, it's not really. Well, it's Poison Monk.
Huh.
Hello.
Hello.
Who would you like to protect?
I have a suspicion that Micah is the Oracle, and that is a fairly powerful. If I'm not, yes, okay, perfect. That's a fairly powerful one. So let's protect Micah tonight.
All right, I'll take care of it. Good luck.
Bye.
Bye. What's really interesting about the monk, if the monk wasn't poisoned, is that the monk can protect from the demon poisoning, as well as from death, because the monk says, you are, well, I can't see it there, but you can see it up here, you are safe from the demon tonight, which is not just death, it's all the effects of the demon. So, if Marissa wasn't poisoned and chose Micah, who is, Micah wouldn't be tonight. I'm dying. But that's not the case because Marissa is poisoned. So it is what it is. Next up is our demon. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, the one thing I was going to say real quick before I forget. One thing that some people get confused about with the Nodashi is that the difference between neighbors and living neighbors. So do keep in mind that the people who are poisoned now, as long as you remain the Nodashi, it doesn't change if they live or die. Those are still the poison people. So it's not like if you kill one, it goes to the next person. Like it doesn't, it doesn't move after it's.
Who does that?
There's other, like the empath, right, says living neighbors. And so as our neighbors die, it extends. So just remember the difference between neighbors and living neighbors. I just wanted to clarify that with you, but I think you had a question for me.
Oh, yeah. Can you remind me what my bluffs were?
Yes. I think you might have a tab on your screen that shows you somewhere. Maybe in the upper part. I forget. If somebody's in chat can remind me, that would help. But yeah, I think you might have a tab somewhere. But it is Fisherman, Investigator, Pixie.
Yeah.
Messi wants to know, are those new glasses? I don't know if he's talking to me or you. These are new for me. Yeah, I got these at Costco for like $10. They came in a pack of 3, and the first pair fell apart in my hands. So thank you for noticing. Anyway, hi, Messi. Other question. Oh, have you decided what you want to bluff as? It sounded like you were talking about Fisherman.
Yeah, I was probably going to do the Fisherman, but what was the other ones?
Investigator and Pixie.
Pixie. Yeah, that's going to be a hard one. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, probably the Fisherman.
Yeah, I will remind you, just remember that when there's a cannibal on the script, if one of those roles, like the artist and the fisherman, uses their power, it's they often try to feed them to the cannibal. And so they're often killed off quickly. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, what would you like to do tonight?
Oh, I gotta kill someone, huh?
Yeah, you do.
Probably Micah.
Okay.
Wait, no.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. Take your time.
I got confused again. I was trying to kill my neighbor to pass it on. Yeah.
So, did you find out what your neighbors were?
I only talked to Marissa. They gave me a 3 for 3.
Yeah, because part of the strategy of the Nodashi is if you can figure out what your neighbors are and then know that they're poisoned, you can sometimes use that information in order to help shape a new world for, to frame somebody else. So start thinking about like who you want to frame and how you can use your poisoned neighbors to do that framing, which may involve, possibly talking to them and trying to figure out what they are without being too obvious about it. But that's just kind of part of the strategy for the Nodashi, because you remember, you do have to try to frame somebody toward the end of this.
Okay. I'll do Ariel.
Ariel? Okay, I'll take care of it.
All right.
Bye. Oh, and I bet Malachi finds out tomorrow. It's too good. It's too good. All right. There's that. I'm so tickled. Where are we at? 3 huntsmen already use their power, which they don't really have. I should put the little token down to be a good storyteller. 4 is the damsel. 5 is the ribbon keeper. 6 is the empath, and neighbors have not changed. Thank you, Messi, by the way. I just saw Malachi's camera, which you haven't seen yet. You will see it in a moment. Yeah, you still have 1 evil neighbor.
Okay, thank you.
Stuck between the 2 people you're stuck between, I feel for you.
That's okay. What you going to do?
I know. Well, we'll wish you luck. All right, and I guess that's everything. Did I miss anybody? I don't think so. All right, we are good to go. Let's head back into the next day, shall we? Day number 2. Good morning, Goblinshire. It's day 1 of Gen Con. Unfortunately, somebody didn't show up in the morning. It was Ariel.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, Ariel's not going to be final 3.
Darn.
Kazi Mally, your avatar's not working.
Look, it's Kazi. Look, it's Malachi.
Oh my god.
Whoa!
Look, they have fabulous shirts on.
They're cute matching shirts.
Theo, can I talk to you for a second?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Let me go talk to Aerofest.
Hey,
I'm
what's up?
so sorry. Yeah, I must have...
Sorry about that.
No, I am sorry. No, I missed you in the night somehow.
Yeah, did I miss something if I didn't die?
I'm sorry?
Yeah. No, yeah. I'm sorry.
I must have dismissed you. I don't know if my tokens didn't show up or I just went by you. But no, go ahead. You can do your choice now if you want.
Yeah, I'll just go ahead and pick Helza to resolve this marionette thing with Malachi. So can I please choose Helza?
Yeah, sure. I will tell you that Helza is either the empath or the Nodashi.
Okay. Thank you.
Good luck.
Yep.
I thought that'd be fun. How'd I miss Eric?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not jumping on the Malachi marionette train yet. I like a dreamer dreaming someone sat next to a recluse as a marionette. That's
fair.
That's pretty par for the course. Like, I'm not going to.
I agree with that.
I mean, you guys.
For good. But I found out who the damsel was, and I'm like, well, if I am good, I am not shouting that out immediately.
You could have made both guesses. Damsel doesn't work when dead, right?
Correct.
Okay, so you could have either guessed Ariel as the damsel as huntsman or marionette.
The problem was
right?
I already used my ability on the first night.
I see. I do still think you're the marionette.
Wow.
I'm sorry. It's not. I'm not. That's not based on nothing. But I will come out with it if it is the time. Anyways. Bye.
Okay.
Magical or something to try and get me killed by the demon. Because if I get killed by the demon, I can find out who somebody is.
Okay.
But only if I get killed by the demon. If I get executed,
Right.
it doesn't count.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
All right. Well, good luck.
You too.
Okay, so recluse marionettes. I'm inclined to think the empath was getting sober information. At least I think I was getting sober information, which seems to clear you and Micah. That's what I'm thinking so far. Ariel died in the night, which makes me think that the demon is either Victory Bell or Marissa. Do you have anything on those two?
I don't. I could believe that.
Do you have any information you'd like to share with me?
Unfortunately, my information's bunk, and I cannot get anything out of it unless I find a mathematician.
Could you clarify what you mean by your information is bunk?
Muffy has screwed up my information, and I cannot figure out if that screw up means anything unless I find a mathematician to find out if what the numbers are and try and make those make sense.
Okay. Can I just add, are you not willing to hard claim at this moment in time?
I mean, I can. I'm the artist, and I included Muffy in my question.
Oh, okay. And what was the question? If you don't mind, I'm already forthcoming. I've already told you everything I got.
Yeah, sure. I asked if Muffy, Malachi, or Helza is the demon and got a yes.
Muffy, Malachi, or Helza? Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, then yeah, Muffy would screw that up.
3 for 3?
I'm not yet.
Okay.
Well, what do you? Well, are
I'm
you comfortable telling me what you are? Since I'm
totally down to give a 3 for 3.
I'm not good at 3 for 3s. I don't have 2 other things.
That's literally why I used to not do it ever. It wasn't because it was like a strategy. It was just been like I can't come up with anything on the fly.
Right.
And then I
start thinking.
but comfortably wise, I am either the artist, the raven keeper, or the monk.
Okay.
Right, so someone's a damsel. Either way. Okay.
It's not the oracle, then you know it's still up for grabs.
I mean, that's still putting it. Okay, well, I gave mathematician, oracle, and fisherman.
Oh, okay. Oh, and then you said you haven't used your ability yet, so you're probably the fisher. You're the fisherman, aren't you?
I hate this game. Yeah.
Oh. All right.
Oh, okay.
You didn't
I did not hear
them?
that. No.
Okay. Yeah, Helza was having some conversations, I think, with Kazi and Eric about her potentially being the empath, and so I have that marked, but I'm not sure if it's confirmed yet.
Because I can register as the demon. I suppose this might be a storyteller question. If the fisherman question points at the recluse and the recluse registers as the demon, is there a malfunction in there for the mathematician to see or no?
Okay, wait. So the fisherman question involves the demon. The fisherman question, the artist. Okay, the fisherman. That's the question.
Yes, sorry.
Okay, so say it again then.
If I registered as the demon, as the recluse, to the artist who asked the question, is there a malfunction there, or is that both working normally?
I would say that's a malfunction for the artist.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Weird. All right, that is what I needed.
Which is pinging off Malachi. Considering that we're both probably getting good information based off the fact that they're jiving, kind of, I'm more inclined to think that we're not poisoned, which means...
So either the damsel being added of the huntsman can either be part of the outsider count, or it could be outside of the outsider count. So it could be 2 outsiders plus the damsel.
Welcome back, everybody. I'll give you a minute or two.
I will ask in just if anyone's heard any math numbers. I don't care who the mathematician is. I just want the numbers if there are any.
4 plus 4.
That's fair enough.
I don't think there's an
It
actual.
doesn't sound like
we
it.
don't have one.
No math. Possibly no math.
Okay.
All right,
Hey, Eric, since you've outed yourself, you want to out your information from last night?
Sure, I have no problem with that. Helzer, you good with me outing your information?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Sure. So the first night I checked Malachi, I got a huntsman and marionette. Obviously, talking to Malachi, they were not claiming huntsman in the slightest. They were actually saying I'm not the huntsman. I talked to Helza the second night, or I checked Helza the second night. Got empath and no dashi because I wanted to clarify the marionette world. And Helza independently came up to me and verified that they were an empath with a read of 1, which tells me that Helza is probably not poisoned. I'm probably not poisoned, which means that Kazi's probably not the Nodashi. Malachi is probably the marionette. Muffy is the recluse, so any poisoning would pass to them. Micah's probably on the good team then. Micah's probably not the demon, which means the demon's probably Victory Bell and Marissa because Ariel's dead. So it's one of them two. That's what I'm thinking.
Please, you good.
I think it's Marissa.
Well, she's hiding.
Wait till Marissa's logged off before you say that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Marissa, you're muted too.
I'm gonna ask you to repeat all of that because I got from the server, but I heard my name at the end is the evil.
Sure. So I'll break down my logic because it was asked, and I think everyone's
So
been public
sorry.
with it. No, you're good. I appreciate it. Sorry about this, everyone. All right. So night 1, I checked Malachi. Got huntsman and marionette.
Okay.
Night 2, I checked Helza. I got empath or Nodashi because I wanted to verify the marionette read on Malachi. Helza independently came up and told me before I said anything that they were the empath, which tells me that my information is probably vibing with hers. And then Helza also tells me that they're an empath with a read of 1, which vibes with my marionette read on Malachi. Right? But that means that neither one of us are the poison player.
Oh my gosh, no! I got up to vibing with your marionette feeling.
Oh.
I'm so sorry. You know what? Don't even worry about it. All I know is you think it's me and Victory Bell. I can confirm that it's not.
All right, nominations are open.
Eric nominates Victory Bell.
Okay, tell us why.
It's basically me trying to trace the poisoning. I I'm led to believe that it's probably either Victory Bell or Marissa, and I think this is a fair way to go. I think Malachi is the marionette, pinging off Muffy the Recluse. Malachi's the marionette based off Muffy being the Recluse. I think the poisoning would have either went to Micah or went to Kazi, possibly. But anyway, yeah, it's basically just tracing the poisoning.
All right, Victory Bell.
I haven't used my power, so I would go ahead. It's not useful.
All right, 4 votes to put Victory Bell on the block.
If you are who I think you are, you can use it before executions end. So if you're on the block, you can still go use it real quick.
The fact that you're not makes me sus.
Yeah.
So Malachi can be the marionette if next to a recluse instead of the demon?
Yes, because the recluse can register as the demon for all intents and purposes of any ability.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then with an empath 1 next to it and the dream, I think we've got a 99% chance of Malachi being the marionette.
Okay.
Any other nominations?
Victory, if you're gonna use your ability,
Yo!
Yep. Come chat. All right, Victory Bell. You're on the hot seat.
I know, I am on the hot seat.
Have you thought about
give me some information?
No, I can't give you any information because you're not actually the fisherman. But can you come up with some piece of advice that would help you get off the block?
I didn't know that's what I should have done.
Yeah, so that's what you're going to do.
I was really just, my main one was going to be, that my main advice was going to be, don't trust Malachi. It's a little bit too late because we all know that Malachi's Mario.
So I'd probably tell you something a little bit more original.
Let me read it.
What I could say is, one you might say is, Eric's, you should listen to Eric because Eric pointed to you and Marissa, and so say you should listen to Eric. So it might save you for today and get you another day. That could be one piece of advice that you can use, but you can probably think of something else, like that there should be some consider roles that poisoning wouldn't show up for. Be sure you consider roles that it's hard to tell if they're poisoned. Things like that you might be able to hear. But you might also want to give a piece of fake advice because that sounds wrong because you might be poisoned if Marissa was the new Dashi. So, it'd be something like, Theo just said, it's okay if I die. Just go ahead and die. Or Eric is, so you can say something that seems false to try to hint to you that you're poisoned. Or that, you should look, something like that. But we've taken too long, so you should probably get back in and think about what you want to say. Okay? Good luck.
Yeah.
Which, if I am the marionette, I should have guessed yesterday. Fuck!
I almost pulled the fire out. I was going to gaslight you. Yeah, you're my marionette. Why not?
There's a lot of worlds possible. You guys are right. Everyone's right that there's all the worlds that are possible than what I'm putting forward. I'm putting forward the information that I have, basically.
Yeah, and Eric, unfortunately, I'm starting to believe in that world that I am just a marionette, which makes me sad because the demon never told me.
Okay, but if you're the marionette, you neighbor the demon. Therefore, that means
or the recluse.
No, Muffy can register as the demon.
Okay.
Yes, there is a world where I was the starting demon, and there's a Scarlet Woman, and Malachi is just actually being gaslit. But if I was the demon, I wouldn't bring that world up.
And if you were the demon, you probably would have I told you empath on day one. You'd be going, no, she didn't.
All right. Yeah. Second call for nominations.
I mean, Muffy, in that world, then your Scarlet Woman just would have to be Helza, and that specific world.
I think if you didn't want to believe Victory Bell and Marissa or the Nodashi, then Helza would be another viable candidate.
Victory, what did you get from your chat?
It's okay to kill me. I hate this game.
I mean, following that logic, then we should nominate Helza.
You're definitely evil, Marissa. You're
All right. You know what? Marissa nominates Helza.
Okay, Marissa.
Following Eric's logic, and then if Malachi is the marionette, meaning that. I mean, following the logic, it means Helza should be, even if Muffy registers as demon or registers as evil, we still have the option of having Helza register.
Mm.
I will. Yeah.
What, Eric?
Well,
sorry, I didn't mean to cut anyone off. Helza should have her defense. I apologize.
I've heard of a thing called minion panic, but I'm not sure I've ever seen it before. But I think perhaps that's what's wrong with Marissa right now.
I'm hoping this is minion panic.
Eric, did you want to add something?
Panic at the disco.
I wanted to help out Marissa's case, and I don't believe it necessarily, but the world that you would be trying to believe here is that Helz is the Nodashi. I'm poisoned, in which case Malachi isn't the marionette, and Helz is just bluffing Empath, and Theo's reinforcing that. That's a possible world here, but based off vibes, I don't think that's what's happening. But you're welcome to make the vote however you like.
But you were told, Empath and Nodashi. It could really, Theo could be causing some chaos. So Helza, sorry.
If there's only one minion, then that actually would make Marissa the demon if Malachi's the marionette. So, yeah.
Have a little pertinent. Ariel died in the night, and Oracle learns after the demon is killed. Oracle learns their information. So, in this world, Helza is the demon, Malachi is the marionette, me is the recluse. Micah would be poisoned and would be getting possibly incorrect information?
Well, that could just mean that you registered as good for me last night, then.
That's true. You're right.
This is on Helza. 4 to
what
tie.
A world to consider.
5
it's
to execute.
a fun script, isn't it?
I like it.
I mean, poisoned Oracle getting a 1 when the recluse is killed just makes sense.
Yeah.
I do the same thing. You don't want to scream on the first night they get information that they're poisoned.
That's not enough. Final call.
You know what, Victory Bell, if I'm the marionette and you are the demon, I'm gonna have words.
All right, I'm going to call in 5 seconds unless I hear another nomination. 5. 4.
I'm hoping Marissa's just the poisoner that's been poisoning Helza this entire time.
I'm not. I'm so sorry.
Well, what would that leave Malachi as the actual huntsman then?
Victory Bell is executed and dies. And congratulations go to the good team.
Hey. Good job, Eric. Good investigation.
Let's take a look at our board. Yes, we indeed had Victory Bell as our Nodashi, who was poisoning their neighbors. We had Marissa, who was our monk, who protected, not really, their poisoned neighbor, Micah, the Raven Keeper.
Ooh.
Okay.
We had Kazi, our artist, who on day 1 asked, is Muffy, Malachi, or Helza the demon? And got a yes!
Yeah.
Because Muffy was our recluse.
Yep. I should have got one down.
We had, where do I want to go from here? We had Eric, our dreamer, our sober dreamer. We had a very interesting conversation on day 1 between Ariel and Malachi. We had Ariel, our damsel, and Malachi, of course, our huntsman.
I should have just guessed.
Malachi, who on night 1 used what they thought was our huntsman ability to guess Kazi as the damsel, because Malachi was a little bit worried about being killed off early, probably rightfully so. There was a moment of hesitation when I think Malachi was thinking about, when the whole dreamer thing came out, was thinking about guessing Ariel, but there's a chance that there was still a minion out there who might use that information to win the game, but unfortunately, Victory Bell and Malachi never had a conversation in this game, so I think words will be had between the two. Malachi was never informed, but Helza was, as the empath who learned a healthy and sober one.
I was.
Wow. Well, I told the one person I shouldn't have told.
Yes, you did. But then the one kill that poor Victory Bell got was killing off the damsel who could have won the game, won them the game in the end. So it's just an unfortunate series of events for our evil team. Kazi, do you have something you want to add?
I just want to say I had some pretty good logic for my artist question, because I was like, wait, we have 9 players. If I break it into a third, there's a 1/3 chance I pick the demon in my question.
Yeah.
And then from there, I can try to work out the likelihood that I'm poisoned with it.
Yeah, that was logical.
Yeah.
It's a shame about the recluse.
I was bluffing Oracle in hopes that the demon would be like, kill you, so I could Raven Keep or somebody.
Oh,
Not that it would have mattered.
You told me Oracle
it's okay.
I was immediately like, protect! And if he died, then I would have known I was poisoned.
Yeah.
It worked out because I didn't get targeted anyway.
I really thought that you were going to protect Eric, because Eric was the only one that said that they had like a useful ability.
Victory, do you want to tell what you sent me as your like fisherman?
Yeah. Oh no.
Advice.
I forgot. Oh, I said I hate this game. Kill me.
Yep.
Listen to Eric.
Yep. Victory said that their fisherman advice was to trust Eric.
Right.
But there was the opportunity there for, Eric was pointing at Marissa or Victory Bell. So there was a possibility that maybe you listen to Eric because Marissa was the demon. Mm-hmm. But if that was the case, then Victory Bell would be getting false information for being poisoned. So there's also that to be considered too. But yeah, it's good to see you two together down there, Kazi and Malachi. How are y'all doing on your trip?
Oh, it's been great.
Have y'all done anything any experiences that y'all have had down there you want to share with us?
I mean, the hot pot was really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we found a hot pot place in town that I never knew existed. And we each got our own individual pot of broth to use instead of one communal pot. Mm-hmm. So that was actually really nice.
And then Kazi, the Japanese place, the very first thing
the
ate
ramen.
Together.
Yeah. I took them to my favorite ramen place I go to regularly.
God, you're making me hungry. Yeah, last week for Larry's birthday, we went to the Japanese barbecue here in town, and Gyukaku, which is just my favorite restaurant in the world, and we had such a good time. It was so good. The best memories are around Asian food, I think.
You're going to love watching
Muffy.
Bye,
All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us. We won't be back next week because a lot of us will be at Gen Con, myself included, but we'll be back the week after that for some more Clocktower fun. So if you are at Gen Con and you see...
Are you still streaming, though? Everyone should check out your stream.
I will be producing a lot of videos for the YouTube channel from Gen Con. We won't be doing any live streams, but we'll have videos of like booth tours and interviews from different creators out there. So if you want to kind of see what the D&D like setup is, Modifius, Hit Point Press and WizKids and everybody, we'll have videos on our YouTube channel at Gallant Goblin. And we're also going to be playing Clocktower there. So what I was going to say is if anybody out there in the audience wants to come play Clocktower with us, come join our Gallant Goblin Discord server, which if you're watching on YouTube, the invitation is down in the description. And you can come play with us. We're just going to set up somewhere, and I'll need to set a time and place, but we're going to try to gather some people and just play some Clocktower with whoever's there. And if you just happen to see me there, please feel free to come and say hi. I love to see everybody. Marissa will be there. Victory will be there. Eric will be there. Ariel, you're not coming? Ariel?
I'll be there.
Oh, Ariel's there too. Okay, excellent.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But Kazi and Malachi, y'all are not going to be there.
Well, Kazi will be.
I will try to be.
Okay.
I still need to figure out some logistics, but...
Yep. We're going to try to get together and watch some movies, play some Clocktower, have a good time. So, yeah. If you see us, come and say hi. Otherwise, I guess I will see you in 2 weeks for our next game. So,
Wait.
Yeah, Malachi.
Tomorrow is the reveal stream on TPI. Starting at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. Game starts at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time for the reveal of the new character.
Ooh.
Gosh.
Any hints?
Yeah.
Give us a 3 for 3.
I don't know for sure if it's this character. But if it is something that I saw earlier, it might be a townsfolk.
That's all I'm saying.
You got a 25% chance of being right either way.
Yeah. Technically slightly more than 25% because there are more townsfolk rules per script than any other.
That's true. I wonder how if you break down all the new characters, though, if it still sticks to that ratio. Because it feels like we've had a lot of like new demons and new minions, but I'm not sure. And some fun new All-Starters, too.
Yeah.
But be sure to tune in. Then, which games are you playing in there, Malachi?
None of them.
Oh, you're traveling, so no.
Yeah.
Well, you might see some of our buddies. I know Beardy shows up on there sometimes, and some of our other folks who have joined us since we started. So, yeah. Sweet. Anybody else have anything they want to plug before I wrap up? Nah. All right. Well,
watch us on Messy stream. We'll be playing Pathfinder.
Yeah, MessyB20 over on Twitch and YouTube, or I guess this Twitch. I'm not sure if he has a YouTube channel, but yeah, over on Twitch.
Sorry.
Yeah, Marissa.
Let's go say, come find me and say hi. I'll be working in the Sagamore Ballroom all weekend. We play Pathfinder, play some little itty bitty, easy to contain quests for free.
And they got a Starfinder playtest is going to be.
Oh, yes, the second edition playtest launches the first day of Gen Con.
Oh,
I will say,
me and Messy will be there.
Oh yeah,
Definitely.
come say hi to me. I'll be in the Sagamore all weekend.
So that's like a separate room from the main hall.
So the main hall is where all like the big expo stuff is and all the booths, and then the Sagamore is like one floor up, and it's just a giant ballroom of people playing Pathfinder and Starfinder all weekend long.
Usually when I'm at Gen Con, I take the Paizo booth as my home base, and so when I just don't have anywhere to be, I just go hang out with my friends at the Paizo booth. So you can probably see me there.
It's also a great place for if people are lost to meet up because it's right in front of the front doors.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah. Thanks to Elise and Messy and TB's Psycho Fox and looking at people who've been posting in there. Zest of a Jellyfish. We've had Stupid Shellfish has been participating. So yeah, nice to see all of you. And we'll see you back here in 2 weeks if I don't see you at Gen Con. So y'all have fun, stay safe, and I will love each other. And I'll see you next time. Good night, everybody.
Bye. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Night.